everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm doing my Just a Scrappin design team project, and for this one it is a thank you spring themed card. Now I always tend to go to this paper stack when I think spring because of the flowers and everything that this paper stack has to offer. And what I did was I used this yellow one for the outside, and then that's the other side. It's really pretty. And then I used this rust color for the insert, and then I put some white in it as well, so I'll show you exactly what I did there. Now the card itself came from Celebrate Decorate Cricut cartridge, and I went onto the Cricut design space. Look what I have, my little iPad here. I went onto the Cricut design space, and I don't use my iPad very often, but I'm able to figure it out. So I went cards. I just searched cards, and it's thinking about it. I may not be hooked up to, oh, there it is. Okay, and I just went through, and there it is right there. So I'm going to insert it onto my mat. See how tiny it is? So I went over to edit, and I needed to change, well, I got to click on it first, there we go, and then I needed to change the size of it. So I unlocked it, and I needed the height to be 8.5, which was 4 1/4 doubled, so I did 8.5, and then I wanted the width to be 5.5, so I tapped on that and did 5.5, and there, that's a regular size card. Bring that up there. Now this has got a couple layers to it, and I'll show you the layers. Tap on layers. Now it has a what is it called? Score feature to this card, and then it has the top layer. I'll open that up a little bit, which is these two here, and then it has the insert. So let's again, I'm not 100% savvy with this. I want to ungroup. No, I don't, because I don't know how to do that on the iPad. I used to. Let's do actions. Let's try that. Ungroup. There we go. It's under actions, by the way. And so I'm going to pull this. Let's try that again. Oh, it's pulling. Oh, that's interesting. The iPad functions are different than the PC. So there it is. There's your two pieces. There's your insert, and there's your overlay. So I went ahead and cut those out. Like I said, I showed you the size of those. I hope this is helpful and not confusing. Like I said, I'm not real savvy on this. The other thing that I did, click on my image, I searched thank you. So I said thank you, and I found the one that I liked the best was this one here, and that one is from the Cindy Lou Cricut cartridge, and I sized it. So I'm going to do edit to be I think I did 3 by 1.5. Okay, so that's it there. The width and the height, yes. Now this has a couple of features to it. It has layers as well. So go to action, oops, go to layers, and it cuts out. I'm going to ungroup this for just a second. Okay, it's not ungrouping. What it does is it cuts out one layer. Well, I can show you here. That is full, yikes, like this. And then it cuts out this one. So if you wanted to have different colors, like the thank to be, you know, like I said, different colors, you could do that. But in this case, that one's actually kind of pretty. I don't know how I'm going to use thank, but I'm just going to use one, and I cut it out in the same paper as this. I just like the way the whole thing flowed. All right, so set that aside, and let's go ahead and put the whole card together. Now, for some reason, the score pen scored the card right along this edge here. So I took my scoreboard and I measured it at, I took it this way, like I said, the score pen scored it right there. So I went ahead and did my 4.5 and kind of fixed it. I went back thinking maybe I hadn't put the right size in, thinking I'd put 8 1/4 instead of 8.5, but I didn't, so not really sure. Life is not boring, is it? Okay, now there's one layer. This is the insert that I cut out, and I'm going to be putting that right in there. And I think for the best thing for these kind of cards is when you put your glue down, you really only want to put it on the edge. You can put little dots here and there just to keep the flowers down. And by putting it on the edge, you make sure that your insert is going to stay down, but there's not going to be any glue that's popping out so that you can see it on the inside where you would write your sentiment. So let's just go ahead and put a little bit of glue here and there. Try to keep that down like so. And we're going to put it right like this. Now, when I was, kind of putting this card together, getting ready for the video, I thought, ooh, I do not like that green. That's not at all what's going to work for me. So before I finish the card, I just want to make sure that this is all down the way I want it. So back to this, I thought, oh, I don't like that green. So I just took a piece of white cardstock and cut it to be the same exact size, and I'm going to put it down right there. This is a little bit crooked, so let's move that. Now it looks straight. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of a layer of glue right on the edges. And this is actually color block, and I'm not going to use the textured size. The textured side is not necessary, so if you're looking for texture, you can use the textured side. For this one, I'm just going to keep it plain because I want to put this on the inside. I really, really like this flowered type paper. I don't want to cover it up too much, so I made this much smaller than the card. It's actually 4 3/4. Yeah, because it's 5.5 in the width, and 3.5. So 4 3/4 by 3.5. And I'm just gonna glue that down so that I can, see a little bit of that pretty paper, pretty paper. I do like that Cane Company paper pack. I've had it for a while. I'll be sad when I use it up. All right, so I'm going to fold that up. I'm going to put the thank you down. I have my tweezers handy. Now, if you have a Xyron, actually I do have my Xyron sitting right here. Let's go ahead and use that. I'm thinking I'm going to be running out of paper soon. This may be the time, but let's see how we can do it. Nope, got it all. Take that off, and now this will be like a sticker where the back of it, you just literally peel this off, being very careful you don't rip your letters, and it's super sticky, so it's going to stick to your hands. Just letting you know if you're not familiar with the Xyron process. And I'm going to put it about right there. My T went down kind of crooked, so let's start over. Now, if I change my mind and I decide that I want to, change that thank part of it in a different color, I can go back and recut it, but I'm really liking the way the whole thing flows. And what's great about this Xyron, if you can see, there's a little bit of the adhesive there, so just take your finger and just rub it off. Good stuff, huh? Making sure it's even. Alrighty, so that is my thank you spring themed card, and can write my sentiment on the inside, and I'm good to go. Any questions? Just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching.